All right, what's up everybody? Tim Sharon here, and I'm going to go over in this video why social media should be the most important thing in your life. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback for this, but stick with me and we'll delve into it and drop comments. Let me know, what you think and what you think of social media, how you use it, and whether or not you think it should be one of the most important things in your life. So I'm Tim Sharon. I'm a recording artist, an actor, and I own a booking agency and a media agency. So let's just jump right into it. So if you have a job, especially if you have a business, especially if you're in entertainment, so if you're an actor or you're a singer in a band, musician, then you have a business, right? So it's your business of your music or your acting career. And definitely if you have a traditional business, right? Whatever, a car dealership, a restaurant, a bar, something like that. But it could be anything. If you sell widgets, if you sell sneakers, anything it is. The power of social media is unbelievably powerful if you use it correctly. Now, let me give you an example. Here's a quick story. Okay, so there's a fabulous gentleman that has booked my band and me to perform at some amazing venues, right? He lets me stay at his house, at his Airbnb under in the bottom part of his house when I go down to the Florida Keys to perform. And he manages these big high-end resorts. So, and I know that he's on my social media, but a lot of people don't, they don't post. I mean, they don't comment or like or anything, but they're watching. So I have a van. I bought a van, and I was renting it out on Turo when I was in Nashville. When I live in Nashville, I rent it out on Turo. So I do videos on it and stuff like that, and some posts. Not many. So I was performing for a private event for him, and that he set up, and I pulled up in the van, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got Van Halen outside, and we went out there, and he just started talking about Van Halen and how I was renting it out and all this stuff, and how I was thinking about buying another one. So, and he could only know all of this stuff and know the van through social media, and I just thought it was incredibly powerful that somebody who's already I already have a great business relationship with, but these simple things really that they know about you, and maybe it's about your personal life or your professional life or whatever, like that just strengthens the business relationship. And more importantly, what is the biggest commodity these days? The most important thing that every business and or person needs, unfortunately or fortunately, in this modern day, is if you want to build your brand or build your restaurant, have more customers come in, have more customers come into your car dealership, it's very simple. You need as much of this one thing that you can get. That is attention. Check out Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not making all this stuff up. I'm learning it from people like him. So attention, it's why people spend millions and millions of dollars on Super Bowl ads and traditional advertising and marketing, TV commercials, all that stuff. Spend millions and billions of dollars because they need attention, which can convert into customers. If you don't have the attention, you will not get the customers. So it's that simple. Now, translate that to music fans or even more importantly, I'll just give you personal stories so that I can try to impart upon the importance of having a constant social media presence. And let me give you a huge, massive pro tip. Right now, and moving forward, I just watched a video, Alex Hormozi, and he broke this down, but just take this with you. The wave of the future, for at least the next few years, social media, is live streaming. Live streaming gets 20 to 30 times more attention than your static posts. If you do a photo and put some captions, I'm working now, I've partnered up and I've started a media company. We are doing basically social media TV commercial shoots for car dealerships. And we're going to start implementing live feeds. So I see all of these restaurants and car dealerships and realtors and everybody in business, musicians, bands, they just put out like one still photo every couple days and maybe a caption. And nobody likes it. And then maybe they'll put, some nicely curated videos. I've seen some nice branded videos and with some, good editing and stuff. And they put that out and nobody interacts with it. Now, what I'm saying is, if you can do this on your own, we provide hosts and things like that can come in and interview the people in your business. Or if you're a musician, we interview you. Most importantly, we set it up so that we can do a lot of that live, so that people are going to see that on your page and you're going to get 30 times more attention with the lives, which will take their attention, and then they'll be exposed to you because they see the live pop up. I mean, think about it. When you see a live pop up on like Instagram or Facebook or something, or even TikTok of somebody, you're gonna watch at least a little bit of it. And if it's kind of cool and interesting, then you'll keep watching it. And if you like it, you're not even gonna go look for their other posts, their other photos and video, static video, so to speak, not live video. You're not gonna look for it because the algorithm, by you popping onto their live to watch their live stream for a couple seconds, because it's different, because it's live and it's interesting, the algorithm is going to then put them back in front of you. So think about that. If you're a brand, if you're a business, if you're a musician, if you're an actor, that's what you want to do. You want to go live so that people get you in their algorithm, and then you keep popping up with all of your other posts. Brilliant. So yeah, I have a bunch of stories about how, people that I don't even know are watching and paying attention. And I'll do some more videos on those, but I don't want to bore you guys to death with all of my silly stories. So all that to say, now, if you're a musician or an actor, what I do, here's some more tips, is, I become friends on social media with directors and producers and people in the TV and film business. People, anytime I get a gig, I try to add, and I work with a director, or I work with a booking agent, or I work with a great venue. I get those people on my social media accounts. So get all the people in the business that you want to do business with, as many as you can, get them on your social media, and then show them what you're doing all the time, every day. If you're a singer, put out video and the songwriting process, put behind the scenes, walking your dog, do everything you possibly can, as much content as you possibly can. And with the core of it, 75% being you doing what you do and what you want to do more of, which is performing or songwriting. and putting out songs. So same thing with my acting career. I put out 10, 20 pieces of content a day on each platform. You don't have to be as extreme as me, but of me acting, the commercials that I've done, the films that I've done, just, you know, behind the scenes stuff, with the makeup artist, just all that stuff to show what I'm doing, so that I get, the more I show what I'm doing, the more I get. So the more business I get and I show people that I'm doing, the more people are like, oh, this guy's serious. You know, this company is serious. This company is doing X, Y, and Z, and I see it all the time. And then I add in my live feeds. And just another tip, you know, the live feeds don't have to be, they don't have to be like, if you're a singer-songwriter, they don't have to be you singing every single time. Maybe they, you know, might get repetitive. So do that, but then do, you know, you going for a hike, you going to the supermarket. It really doesn't matter. Just try to be engaging, you know, put your face on the camera. I know that it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but, you know, just work on getting used to it, because it's critically important. It could be, there's many examples of people that blow up on social media and have huge, massive careers, right? So it could be the most important thing in your whole life, and you'll really be glad that you did it once you pop off and everything explodes for you because of being consistent on social media. There you go. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. Drop it. Thanks.